Hey guys, it's Missy Wolf and I'm back with Austin Shaw, this time via Skype. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's great to see you, Missy.
You too. Oh my God, I had so much fun with you at the City Winery. It was such a great night, and it was, for me, a first time experience there. I can't even tell you, it was amazing.
A neat venue. It sure was fun to play there.
Yeah. Now, you were opening, who were you opening for that night?
David Bromberg.
That's right. Now, how did the rest of your tour go?
It went amazing. You know, we played a lot of cool venues, just like the City Winery. Most places were sold out.
Mm-hmm.
Up and down the East Coast. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. I know I love the East Coast. It's completely different than the West Coast, and you and I are both from the West Coast. But did you find you were just like in awe of it all out there?
It was beautiful, and that time of year is kind of a real nice time of year as well. And people are into their music on the East Coast, you know?
Yeah.
It's just sort of the Northeast.
Yeah.
People dig.
It's pretty great. I have to say I love it. But I love that I'm getting to talk to you now, because when I first spoke to you, your EP had just come out, and now your full-length album is out. So I want to talk, or it's coming out. Is it out yet?
It's coming out.
It's coming out. I was like, wait a minute. I think I'm jumping the gun. It's coming out. So I want to talk about that. Are there any songs that you recorded on this album that are just your absolute favorite?
Gosh, that's hard to pick one or two. It's almost like my favorite artist. Every week I have a new favorite artist. But I like the bunch I had on the EP that are all going to be on the full length album. One thing that's been fun about this album is they're all pretty different. You know, I know a lot of people put out albums, and a lot of them sound pretty similar.
Right.
When I was working with Robert on this, one of the things he highlighted was the fact that it's a pretty eclectic mix of songs.
Yeah.
I love the song Felt, kind of a feel-good song. And one of them, I guess I have to say my favorite right now, what I've been listening to, is Why, which is the last one of the thing. And it kind of goes from a mellow singer-songwriter thing to a full-on rock-out kind of bombastic song. So
okay.
That's kind of a fun one.
Okay, so I'm going to have to look out for that one then, because I love music like that. But what I like too, and I'm glad you highlighted that about your album, is, you know, when you're in a particular mood, or you don't know what kind of mood you're feeling like, what kind of music you want to listen to, you gravitate towards the album that'll offer you different sounds. You know, if you don't, and I think that's really important that you have your album like that, because otherwise you can get bored with it. I like music that you can actually just put on repeat. When you can put a whole album on repeat and you just never feel bored and you're not getting the same thing every single time, you'll listen to it longer as well. So I think that's good that he pointed that out to you, and I'm glad you did it that way. What does your family say about it?
Well, you know, my kids have heard it so many times that they're sort of over it.
Kids, gotta love them.
I recorded that a little while ago, so I've already got another bunch of new songs. I'm already kind of working on the next album.
Okay.
The album's coming out on the 15th of September.
Right.
And then I'm having a big kind of album release party here in Santa Cruz on the 16th. So really looking forward to that, because I got a big full band. I know when I saw you at the winery, we had kind of an acoustic trio, and Brian and Kenny are playing with me this time as well. But I've got some good kind of electric guitarists and bass players and drummers, and we're going to kind of rock out a little bit more for this kickoff.
Well, I mean, you guys were all great, and your personalities combined were perfect. So I can imagine, adding more and being, in your hometown doing a release party. I can imagine you guys are just going to have a ton of fun. That's going to be great. And I mean, are you going to play some of your new music too, for your hometown crowd that you're working on for your next album?
Yeah, I think a couple of the songs. It's been interesting because I feel like running around with David as long as we did.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of influenced some of my newer songs. He had sort of was working on a blues album, and so now my kind of next album has a little bit more of a bluesy influence on some of these things.
Oh, that's cool. I love that. And if you're doing your release party, everybody's going to be excited anyways. But when you also get to break out some of the new stuff that you're working on, that's a great indicator of whether or not those songs are going to be on the next album, or what. You know what I mean? That's what I've been hearing a lot lately too. Is depending on the crowd reaction, they also determine, is that the one they're going to do a music video for or whatever. Do you think that's true for you as well?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you definitely can kind of test the waters with the crowd and try out, see if it resonates or not.
Right. And I just think hometown crowds are the best, honestly, because when they feel it and you just get energized as well. And I could already see it with you. I mean, I saw it with you then. And every time I've gotten to speak to you, you're one of the most happy guys I've ever actually talked to, which is really, really fun. And you're always smiling when you're talking, which is great. But so I want to know what to expect next. Like, what can we expect on the next album as well? I know we're supposed to be talking about your new album, but I'm really intrigued.
Well, I'm figuring that out as we speak. I've written a ton of new songs. As I said, they have a little bit more of a bluesy edge, but maybe a little more up-tempo-y, a little more fun. There's some up-tempo songs on this album. There's also some of the kind of the singer-songwriter-y songs on this current album. Yeah. But I think it might be a little more, get up and dance around a little bit this next album. Right. It's been really fun, as you mentioned, the music video. You got to check it out. I just put out a video for a song called Without You, which is on this current album. And it was a blast. We ran around Santa Cruz and kind of all the iconic spots and filmed it. And it was really kind of guerrilla filming because we went to the boardwalk, and you're not supposed to film on the boardwalk unless you pay a lot of money and have a big pass. So we'd go and we'd film and we'd get chased off and run away. And
oh my gosh.
Came out, it was kind of a fun, sort of whimsical, kind of Wes Anderson-esque kind of video.
Wow. And I honestly, I never thought about that. And I think a lot of fans maybe out there don't think about that when you're filming music videos. There are a lot of places you have to go and you have to get permission and you have to get permits and you have to do all of those things. And a lot of people do. They'll put music videos together with cell phone footage nowadays, but I didn't think about that, getting chased off. That's just kind of a fun story in and of itself. You could write a song about that. I don't know. It's kind of neat. Did
had some behind the scenes footage. We should have had the iPhones kind of filming us kind of running off as they're, the guards were chasing us down the.
That's what I was going to say. Did your family or anybody, did anyone take footage of that? Because that would be so much fun to see you guys getting chased off. I mean, I'm sorry that you got chased off, but that's really kind of cool. It's a fun story.
Yeah, I'll have to check. I wasn't sort of thinking about it till now, but I bet there's probably some footage.
There's got to be.
We would randomly go up to people as well, and kind of we had to fill in some scenes, so we found these 3 women on the beach, said, hey, you want to be in a music video? And they were great. And then we just kind of pop in and out, and it was all pretty spontaneous, but it came together pretty good.
That's awesome. How long did it take you to film the video?
It took, there was a lot of kind of prep time leading up to it, but we took about 3 or 4 days running around Santa Cruz to film it.
Oh, how exciting. I talked about this not too long ago. My daughter was approached to be in a music video by a friend of ours who's an awesome artist here, and they're from Jersey, actually, but they came to Nashville to film the video, and they used her, and, she was on set, all day long, and she did her part, and it took all, and I still haven't seen any of it. I know they're working on the editing part, but I know that they've seen what she's done, and I'm like, come on, you got to give me something. So did you preview your video to your family and friends, or did you make them wait?
I previewed it. I was lucky enough. We had the crew that filmed it introduced me to Alex Angelise, who's actually a big-time actress, and she was a close friend of theirs. She happened to be in town, so she kind of came on as my ex-girlfriend, and she was amazing. She kind of took things to a whole different level. She's been in a bunch of big movies recently, so we had folks like that, and then we had just friends. I had a roller derby friend who she came up and put her roller derby stuff on and got in the.
Oh wow.
And you look at it, after you spend all that time and energy in it, you look at it and you're really self-critical, but I feel like the more time that went by, the more I liked it. And I wasn't as critical of myself and the whole thing, but it was fun.
Oh, that's good. And, I'm glad you said that, too, because that's another thing. So many people are hard on themselves, and they're critical of themselves, and they think that everybody else that they see in movies or whatever, that this is just what they do, and they don't have any of those fears, and they don't have any of those self-doubt moments. And you know what? We all do it. I do it all the time. There are certain interviews that I will go back and watch and be like, oh, God, no. Did I just do that? Did I say that? Did I talk to? And I'm constantly, did I talk too much? Did I, not give the interviewee enough time? I mean, it's bad sometimes. But we do that, and so thank you for saying that, because that validates a lot of people.
Absolutely. I feel like entertainers, too, are some of the most self-critical people out there.
Yeah. Are there ever any any moments where you look back and you're like, oh my, I just don't ever want to watch that footage of me on stage again? Or do you have any of those? Because I do have one interview I refuse to watch.
You know what? I rarely go back and watch it because of that reason alone. well, you know, sometimes I'll go back and check it out. Definitely my band members will check things out, but
Yeah.
I rarely go back and listen to it because, you know, for that reason alone, I know I'll just kind of tear things apart.
Okay, and now I got to ask another personal artist question, because this is something that I do. When you're checking out your own work because you actually have to and you need to watch yourself, do you have to do it alone, or can you do that with other people in the room watching you watch yourself?
I think at first I definitely have to do it alone.
Okay.
You know, I have to watch it myself. Sure.
See, Tommy, I'm not the only one. He edits all of my interviews, and so there's times where we're sitting down together, and all of a sudden I hear my voice pop up, and I'm like, I gotta leave the room. I can't watch myself when other people are around. I can't do it. It makes me so nervous, and I can't do it. I probably need to go to some sort of phobia class for that, but I really, honest to God, cannot do it. It makes me cringe.
Yeah, I get it, for sure.
You just learned way more about me, you guys, than you ever wanted to. I get it. No, but so I heard that you are prepared to sing a song for us acoustically. Is that true?
You know, I'm happy to.
Okay.
I didn't know if I was going to play or not, but I know Dana kind of said, "Hey, why don't you have a guitar nearby? Maybe you can play a song for us."
Okay,
So I'm happy to.
If you don't mind, I'd love to hear it.
We'll see how it sounds on Skype here. I'll try to play it quietly so you can hear me sing it. But this is actually a song that we played in Nashville, and it's off the new album. It's a song called "Real Slow."
Okay.
Hopefully you can hear it.
I hope so.
She fell over me like a nice warm breeze, taking me away from that dark place I tend to go. But I still can't tell she friend or foe. But I like the time together, moving real slow. Some of my friends say you're a distraction. Come, when have they ever known that I still can't tell it's your friend or foe? But I like time together, moving real slow. Where are you taking me this warm summer morning? Yes, I don't need always to take a long way home. I still can't tell it's your friend or foe. But I like time together and real slow. Moving real slow.
And this is why I love my job. I just got like a personal serenade. It's awesome. And it actually came through. There were only a couple of parts where the guitar cut out just a little bit, but other than that, it was perfect. It's awesome. Yay. You're my very first Skype concert.
Oh, right on. I'm honored.
That's awesome. Now, and I absolutely love that song. I think that's a fabulous song. But I have a question. Are you aware that you get kind of an Elvis lip when you're singing sometimes?
I didn't know that. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. No, I saw it a couple of times, and I was like, "Hey, that's pretty awesome." As you know, we all just celebrated the 40th year Elvis week, right? I mean, it's just crazy that it's been 40 years that he's been gone already. I mean, it's just wow.
Isn't?
Huh?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's a long time.
I mean, honestly, he was only here on Earth for 42 years, and what that man accomplished in that short amount of time, and the fact that 40 years later, people, I mean, I don't know if you saw the news footage, but the people that were there to pay tribute to him, oh my gosh, the lines, the amounts of people in Memphis that week were just insane. It was crazy. But enough about Elvis. We're here about you. Is there anything else you want to tell everybody?
Well, I think, just keep an eye out. September 15th is when the album is coming out. You can actually pre-order on iTunes right now. And we got our big party we're having September 16th. Super. And then we got a couple sort of things in the mix. We hope to get on the road again and do some more touring. So I'd love to get back out to Nashville if I can at some point.
Oh my gosh! If you come back out here, we're totally hanging out. I don't care. We will be there definitely. But along the road, man, when you have your tour schedule, you're going to be posting it on your website, I'm sure, on your social media, so fans can check that all out.
Yep.
Right?
So it's austinshawmusic.com. And then, my Facebook page is Austin Shaw, the band page, and then Austin Shaw Tunes on Instagram. So hopefully I'll keep everything up to date on it.
Perfect. Everybody at home, you guys have to follow him, check him out, stay tuned for more. All those dates coming near you soon, and you have to be there. You just have to go. And I'm going to go. If you get to come back out to Nashville, I'm definitely going to be there. But I will encourage all of my family and friends to go as well, because honestly, you're one hell of an entertainer, and we really enjoyed, watching you perform at the City Winery. And then again right now. That was really awesome. And you definitely are going to hold that moment forever. You were the very first Skype concert I've had. So, all right. Well, if there's anything you want to tell fans, personally before we go, then awesome. Otherwise, if you've already said it all, we can let you go now. But thank you so much for spending time with us tonight.
My pleasure. I want to say one thing. Mm-hmm. Get out and go see some music, man. There's so much stuff in the press and what people are reading today that's just driving everybody wild. And I think one of the ways to escape all that is go out and see some live music tonight.
Right. Go see live music and do some good for people. Volunteer, help out, bring music to a community near you. Whatever you got to do. So awesome, Austin. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I look forward to actually seeing you in person and playing live again soon. So stay in touch.
Thanks, I will.
All
Thanks
right.
again.
Until next time, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye.